Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. In my opinion, the most exciting tabletop baseball game you can play. Not every game is perfect, and not every engine is perfect, but to me, this is the most exciting one you can play. With all the die rolls and everything, you really never know what's going to happen in this game, unlike other games where one die roll takes care of everything. You actually have to see what happens here. This is the continuation of the 85 postseason, Game 2 of the 1985 National League Division Series between the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Dodgers. We are at Dodgers Stadium. The Astros lead this series 1-0 with a pretty remarkable win over the Dodgers in the first game. Steeler fan, of course, joins us here at Dodgers Stadium, and I know he would not miss this game for anything. We got a big matchup today here at Dodgers Stadium. The Dodgers down 1-0. I think the Dodgers absolutely have to win this one. You don't want to go to the Astrodome down 2-0. So a very important game for the Dodgers. The Astros would love to have a 2-0 series lead going to the Dome. And in this game, they get their number one starter. As I'm sure he smuggled in some Dome foam, I'm pretty sure he did. So the Astros lead this series 1-0, and it is big. We'll see what happens today here in game number 2 of this NLDS. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers is their number 2 starter, and I thought it was Valenzuela. It is not. It is Bob Welch. 14 wins, 4 losses, no saves, a 2.31 ERA. Welch gets the call for the Dodgers here in game number 2 of this series. Dodger Stadium ready to go. Fans will be rooting for the Bums. You never know what happens here at Inside Pitch. Let's get to work. Top of the first inning. Leading off for the Astros, second baseman Bill Doran. Doran for the postseason is 5 for 18 so far for the playoffs. Here we go. Dodger Stadium, game 2 of this NLDS. Welch's first pitch, 4-1, error on a grounder. Doran will swing, 1-3. That is a ground ball back to Welch. His error rating is a 5. That's an 18. He won't make the error. He'll throw to first, out number 1. Next batter is the shortstop, Craig Reynolds. Reynolds is 5 for 16 for the playoffs. And remember, that does include the wild card series against the Reds. Welch with the pitch. 5-5. Strikeout 5. Got him. Struck him out. Strikes out Reynolds. That's the first strikeout for Welch. He had 96 of them in 85. Dodger Stadium adds 1 to strikeouts, but subtracts 2 for walks. 2 down. Next up, first baseman Denny Walling. And Walling is 6 for 16 for the postseason. Welch will pitch. That's a 6-1. Strikeout 9. That's high. Walling will get to swing. That's a 3-1. Against a righty, he laces a double into center field. Walling continues to hit well. Nice hit by Denny Walling. He'll go to second on a double. And that will bring up center fielder Jose Cruz. Cruz is 2 for 14 for the postseason. We'll see if he comes through with a big hit here. Nothing on the strat. Welch will pitch. And that's a 3-3. Walk, 18 is high. Cruz will swing. 1-2. He laces a double into left field. And the Astros take the early lead. Jose Cruz comes through with a big double. Walling coming around third. He will score with no trouble. Cruz goes to first, and just like that, the Astros are up 1-0 on the Dodgers. Bob Welch has some issues here, pitching here in the first inning. Cruz gets a big double. Next batter, right fielder Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey is 5 for 15 for the postseason, so he's batting .333. 2 outs still, checking on the strat. That's a 2. Nothing happening. Welch will pitch. That's a 6-5. Strikeout 9. Yeah, he got him, struck him out. And that retires a side. Second strikeout for Welch. But the Astros, 1 run on 2 hits early. They jump out on the Dodgers here in the first. Bottom of the first inning, starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, their number 1 starter, and that is Mike Scott. Scott got a no decision in his first game, so he is 0-0. That's the one thing about playing a wild card series. Sometimes you get your number 1 against the number 2 or number 3. So that's what happens. And if you happen to steal a game like the Astros did, that makes it a little bit more interesting. Leading off for the Dodgers, shortstop Mariano Duncan. Duncan was 0 for 2 in the first game. Scott with the pitch, 4-2, strikeout 5, got him, struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Scott, had 137 of them in 85. Was not the pitcher he was in 86, when he really was dominant that year. Here's Mike Marshall. He is in right field for the game. Marshall was 1 for 4 in the first game. Scott with the pitch, 5-3. That's a blank. Marshall gets the swing, 2-4. He grounds it to short. Out number 2. That will bring up left fielder Kenny Landreau. Landreau was 0 for 4 in the first game, did not get any hits. Scott will pitch, 1-3, range play. Landreau gets the swing, 6-6. Star 2, it's a fly ball to center field. That is Cruz. Cruz's range is a 3. And he will make the catch, side retired. Nice play by Cruz, and a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Scott. 1-0 Stros after 1. Second inning, top. And here is Kevin Bass. Bass is in left field. Bass for the postseason so far is 3 for 15. Let's see if Welch has a better inning. Welch will pitch, 5-6, and that's a walk, 7. No, it's too high. Bass does get to swing. That's a 2-4. That's a star 3. He grounds it to first. Out number 1, here's the catcher, Mark Bailey. He was ejected in the first game for arguing with an umpire. Can't tell you, I don't remember. I remember what he said, but unfortunately, we try to make this kids friendly in a way. Bailey will bat. Welch with the pitch, 1-2, it's a blank. Bailey gets the swing, 1-6, he pops out to first. Bailey, of course, was really only 0 for 2 in that first game. 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Phil Garner. Garner is the Astros' leading hitter for the postseason. He is 7 for 15. He's having a very good postseason so far. He's got 7 hits. He leads it for the Stros. Welch will pitch. 1-3. Home run, question mark. Garner a righty, 1-11. The 15 is high. Garner will swing 4-6, and he chops it to third, and that will end the inning there. A better inning for Welch, and we go to the bottom of the second. 1-2-3, go the Stros. Maternal fornicator is the family-friendly version. Thank you very much there, Steeler fan. I was just trying to make sure. Here's Pedro Guerrero for the Dodgers. He's in center field. Guerrero was 2 for 4 in the first game, including hitting a home run. Scott will pitch. 4-2, strikeout, 12 is high. Guerrero will swing, 3-2. He lines out to short, out one. First out there, hits it right to Reynolds for the first out. Here's first baseman Greg Brock. Brock for the Dodgers is 0 for 4. He's yet to get a hit in the series. Scott will pitch 4-1 against the lefty. That's an automatic out. It's a star 5 and a fly out to left. And that will bring up third baseman Bill Madlock, late trade from the Pirates in 85. Scott 2-4, and against the righty, strikeout 17 is high. Madlock will swing 6-3, and he flies out to center field, and that is again a 3-up and 3-down inning for Mike Scott. Madlock was 1 for 4 in the first game, but he doesn't get anything here. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. After 2, 1-0 Stros. Leading off for the Astros, pitcher Mike Scott batted 153 as a hitter in 85. Welch 3-1 range play. Scott will swing 6-4. That's a line drive to short. That ball is hit to Duncan. His range is a 4. And he'll make the play. Out number 1. Only moved about 2 steps to his right to make it. Here's Bill Doran. Doran grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. Welch will pitch. That's a 2-5 against the lefty switch. That's a blank. Doran will swing 4-2, and against a righty, he flies out to left. Second out. Here's Craig Reynolds. Reynolds struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Welch will pitch. 3-5, wild pitch, do it again. 6-5, that's a strikeout. 7 against the righty is too high. Reynolds doesn't strike out, he will swing. 5-2, and they grounds out to second base. And another 1-2-3 inning for Welch. So it seems like he's calmed down a little since the first. And we go to the bottom of the third. Here's the catcher, Mike Scioscia. Scioscia was 1 for 3 in the first game. Scott with the pitch, 3-2. That's a range play. Scioscia will swing, 3-3. Fly ball center field. It's going to be up to Cruz again. His range is a 3. Yep, he's got it. Out number 1. A little bit, had to move a little faster there, but he does make the catch. One out. Here's Steve Sachs. He's at second base. Sachs was 2 for 4 in game number 1. Scott will pitch. 6-2. Strikeout 1. Yep, got him. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Scott. And now the pitcher, Bob Welch. Welch batted 180 as a hitter in 85. Scott with the pitch, 5-5. That's a walk. And yeah, he walks the pitcher on a 3. Oh boy, you walk the pitcher, something you just don't want to do. Cardinal rule in baseball, at least in the National League, you walk the pitcher and you send Welch to first. So Welch goes to first base, and that will bring up Mariano Duncan. That's the first walk issued by Scott. He had 76 of them in 85. 2 outs. I'm roll a strat. I don't think anything happening. Nope. Scott will pitch. 3-1. Home run question mark. Mariano Duncan hitting from the left side. A 1-6. The 12 is too high. Duncan will swing, though, 6-3, and he grounds it to second base. Easy play to first. Side retired, so walking the pitcher doesn't hurt anything. After 3, still 1-0 Astros. In a very important game here in Dodger Stadium, Game 2 of this National League Division Series. Top of the 4th inning here. Here's Denny Walling leading off. Walling hit a double his last time up and scored. So he's 1 for 1. Pitch from Welch, 3-4. That's a walk. The 8 is going to be too high. Walling does have an 8, but -2 makes it a 6. He will swing, though, 5-5. Against a righty, he grounds it to first. First out. And now Jose Cruz. Cruz has been getting some work today in center field. He has an RBI double. He's 1 for 1. Welch, 2-6. Against the lefty, strikeout 18 is high. Cruz will swing, 2-6. He flies out to center. 2 down. Here's Mumphrey. Mumphrey is 0 for 1. Welch will pitch to Mumphrey. 3-1 range play. Mumphrey gets the swing. 2-6, and that is a ground ball to second base. Steve Sachs is there. His range is a 3. He's got it. Nice pickup by Sachs. He will throw to first for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Astros. Pitchers duel so far. Kind of like what I expected between these two guys. Mike Marshall leads off for the Dodgers. Marshall's 0 for 1. Scott will pitch. 5-3, that's a blank. Marshall gets the swing. 5-5. Star 6, he flies out to right. Down will go Marshall. That will bring up Kenny Landreau. Landreau 0 for 1. 5-3, again a blank. Landreau swings, 1-5. He chops it to first. Easy play there for Walling. Out number 2. And now the original beast mode, Pedro Guerrero. He is 0 for 1. Scott will pitch. 4-2, strikeout 17 high. Guerrero will swing 2-5. That's a ground ball to third. Up with it is Garner. Throws to first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Scott. 4 innings in the books. Still 1-0 Astros. Can you sense the playoff atmosphere and the desperation by the Dodgers, knowing they really need to win this game? Top of the 5th, here's Bass. Bass is 0 for 1. Welch will come in with the pitch. And that's a 6-6, strikeout 20, way out of the park. Bass will swing 2-4. Star 3, he grounds it to first. Out number 1. And now here's Mark Bailey. Bailey 0 for 1. Welch, 6-5, strikeout 11. Got him, struck him out. He gets Bailey. Strikeout number 3 for Welch. Only 96 that year in 85. Not really a hard thrower, but good finesse on his pitches. And now a chance for Phil Garner. Garner 0 for 1. Welch will pitch. That's a 3-2. Wild pitch. Do it again. 4-4. Hit by pitch. Yep, he plunked him. Ouch. He has a 3. Welch plus 10 is 13. That 2 will send Garner to first base. So he hits Garner. Really not what you want to do, even though Mike Scott is the next batter with 2 outs, because you know you face the top of the order next. You like to face the pitcher first if possible. So Garner on it first. Let's see if anything on a strat. Nothing happening there. Mike Scott, the batter, 0 for 1. Welch will pitch 2-3. Possible error. Oh boy. Scott will swing 6-6, a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Sachs. His error rating is a 10. That's a 19. He won't make the error. He will throw to first for the out. Side retired. Bottom of the 5th coming up. The only thing Bob Welch allowed was a walk. Halfway through the game, 1-0. And here is Greg Brock. Brock is 0 for 1. Scott will pitch 4-1 against a lefty. That's an automatic out. It's a star 1. He grounds out to second. Here's Bill Madlock. Madlock is 0 for 1. Scott with the pitch, 6-4, double question mark. Right, my Madlock's a righty. Only on a 1 is an automatic out. The 17 is too high. Madlock will swing 1-2, and that's a base hit past short. And that's the first hit of the game for the Dodgers. A good start for Scott, but Madlock breaks it up, a base hit. And now a chance for Mike Scioscia. Infield goes halfway. Checking a strat. That's an 18. Nothing happening. Scioscia's not going to bunt. Not at 296. You swing away. Madlock on it first. Scott will pitch. First time he's had a run. Not the first time he's had a runner on base, though. 3-5. That's a walk plus the 16. Yep, he walked him all right. That is a walk, and now he walks Scioscia. So Madlock gets a base hit. Scioscia now goes to first. Second walk issued by Scott. And now with 1 out, a chance for Steve Sachs. Sachs struck out his last time up. Scott really in his first jam. Strat roll a 6-0. Scott will pitch. 5-4, hit by pitch, 10, too high. Sachs will swing, 4-1, he flies out to right. That is out number 2. Madlock can go to third on a 1 or a 2. The only way he's out is on a 6-6. And he stays at second base. The sad thing for the Dodgers is there's 2 outs. And the batter is Bob Welch. They're going to let him hit. It's only the 5th inning, but maybe Welch can come through with a single. He did bat pretty well, a 180 average. 1-0. Runners first and second. 2 outs. Check the strat. Nothing happening. Scott will pitch. That's a 3-3. Strikeout 17 is got him. He got him. Welch is a 16 plus 1 is the 17. He got him, struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Scott, and the inning will end there. The Dodgers strand a couple of base runners, cannot get anyone in. No runs, 1 hit and a walk. After 5, still 1-0 Astros. Top of the 6th, leading off for the Astros is Bill Doran. Doran is 0 for 2. Welch will pitch. 5-1, that's a blank. He's not tired. Doran will swing 4-2 against a righty. He flies out to left. That's out number 1. And now Craig Reynolds gets to swing. He's 0 for 2. Section 1933 exhales. Welch will pitch to Reynolds. 5-2. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium says 4-3. That's a fly out to right. Out number 2. And now here's Denny Walling. Walling 1 for 2 here. Pitch from Welch. 4-3 at the park again. Dodger Stadium says 4-1. And again, it's a fly out to right. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3. Go the Astros. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order for the Bums. Here's Mariano Duncan. He's 0 for 2. Pitcher's duel here. 1-0. Scott will pitch. 4-6. That's a blank. He's not tired. Duncan will swing. 2-2. Star 2. He flies out to center. Out number 1. And now Marshall. Marshall's 0 for 2. Scott will pitch. That's a 5-4 hit by pitch. That 15 is high. Marshall does get to swing. 5-4. He flies out to left. That's the second out. And now a chance for Kenny Landreau. Landreau 0 for 2. Jack Dawson joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Scott will pitch. And that's a 3-2 range play. Landreau swings 4-2. It's a fly ball to center. Another range play check for Cruz. His range is a 3. And he makes another one just barely. That was about to land on the 4, and then it flipped to a 1. Cruz makes another range play check. 1, 2, 3. Side retired. After 6, still 1-0 Astros. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's Jose Cruz, who's made some pretty good defensive plays in the outfield. Cruz is 1 for 2. Welch is going to pitch to him. Top of the 7th, rapidly moving game here. Welch will pitch. 4-3, that's at the park. Dodger Stadium says 4-6. And with a blank, we got a rare play, and this one is out of the season ticket baseball one here. So let's see what we got. We have a rare play, which means I have to roll the other dice. Rare play, let's see what we got. That is 6-3-5. And I'll bring out the rare play sheet so you can see it. 6-3-5, foul pop-up caught by the catcher as he falls into the dugout. All runners are awarded 1 base when fielder catches ball and then leaves the field of play. Well, it's a foul pop-up caught by the catcher, so it just goes as a foul out, a pop-up to the catcher, and that will be out number 1. So I'll make out a pop out to the catcher. There's no runners on base. And that's it for that rare play. Not a problem. Out number 1, here's Jerry Mumphrey. Oh, come on. All right. Here's Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey 0 for 2. Forever Remain 90 joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Welch. 2-3, possible error. Mumphrey will swing 3-2, line drive to short. Line out to short. There's no error on that play since there's no runners on base, so it's out number 2. There only would have been an error if there was a runner on base, because then it would have been a throwing error. So here's Kevin Bass. He's 0 for 2. The only way you can have an error on a line out is if it's an error on a throw. Welch will pitch. 5-6. Walk. 19 is high. Bass gets the swing. 4-3. Base hit past third base. Bass gets a single. 2-out single for Bass. He'll go to first. And now a chance for Mark Bailey. Bass on it first. Bailey will swing. Am I rolling strat? Yes, I am. That's a 10. Nothing happening. Welch will pitch. 6-4. Error on a throw. Bailey swings. 6-1. That's a ground ball to third base. The ball is hit to Madlock. His error rating is an 11. That's a 17. There won't be an error. He will throw to first to get the out. Side retired. No runs, a hit for the Astros. We're only barely a half hour in this game. We are at the 7th inning stretch. 1-0 Astros. Sing or take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Bottom of the 7th inning. Astros leading 1-0 tonight on RJL 518. Game number 2 of the American League Division Series. The Boston Red Sox taking on the New York Yankees. The Yankees lead that series 1-0. That is a gigantic game tonight in Yankee Stadium. And then tomorrow we start the game 3s of the division series round. And tomorrow morning it will be the Minnesota Twins taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. And tomorrow night, the Montreal Expos with a 2-0 series lead will try to sweep the Cardinals out. But tonight, don't miss it. Red Sox and the Yankees, game number 2 of that ALDS. Bottom of the 7th, we still got lots here to go. The Astros lead the Dodgers 1-0. Mike Scott and Bob Welch are pitching very well. Pedro Guerrero leads off for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 2. Pitch from Scott. 4-3. Error on a throw. Guerrero will swing. 1-6. That's a base hit into center field. There won't be a throwing error, and Guerrero gets a single. He goes to first base, and that will bring up Greg Brock. Brock is 0 for 2. Infield halfway. Guerrero on it first. Checking a strat. That's a 16. Nothing happening. Scott will pitch. That's a 1-5. Strikeout 11. Yes, got him. Brock is a 10 plus 1 is 11. He strikes out Brock. Strikeout number 4 for Scott. And now here's Bill Madlock. Madlock is 1 for 2. Infield still halfway. Checking the strat. 19. No, Madlock will not bunt. Scott will pitch. 3-4. Range play at the park. Dodger Stadium, 6-6. And again, it's a rare play. It's a blank. And at a 6-6, again, we go to the rare play section in Season Ticket Baseball. And we have a runner on first with less than 2 outs. So we have a rare play. Let's see what happens this time. 1-4-3. And I'll show you the rare. So 1-4-3. Ground ball to second baseman. Runner on first, forced out at second. Shortstop commits throwing error, trying to complete double play. Batter advances to second base. Catcher fields the overthrow. Batter may try to advance to third by challenging the catcher's arm rating. Okay, so we know that Guerrero is out at first, so that's out number 1. We know Madlock, a throwing error is committed. The batter advances to second base. The catcher fields the overthrow automatically. So batter may try to advance to third by the catcher's arm rating. Madlock will stay where he's at. His base running, in order for me to do that, his base running rating is a 2. And Bailey, his arm has no adjustment. Madlock says may try. He will stay at second. He will not try to go. So it is an out and an error. So Guerrero is out. So that goes as a fielder's choice and an error on the shortstop on an E6. So I'm going to give the Astros an error on that one, but there is 1 out. So yeah, it's pretty much 1-3-4, pretty much. Oh, you're right, 1-3-4, and I did 1-4-3. And I'll just leave it as it is. Thanks, Steeler fans. Sorry, it won't. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So I read it the wrong way. I've already done it. So, but thanks for letting me know. So Madlock will stay at second base on an error. So it is an error and an out. So that's the first error on the Astros. And believe it or not, I am looking at the strat. I am looking at the rare play there, Matt. Believe it or not, it's the same exact result in a way. But never mind. Madlock on at second. And that will bring up Mike Scioscia. So 1 out. Infield is back now. So it's an error. It is an out and an error. Scott will pitch to Scioscia. We'll check the strat. That's a 10. Nothing happening there. Scott will pitch. 1-1. That's an error chance. Scioscia swings. That's a 4-3. That's a star 1. It's a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit the door, and his error rating is a 6. That's a 13. He's got it, and he'll throw to first for out number 2. Madlock does go to third. Yeah, dyslexia kicking in. That'll bring up Steve Sachs now with 2 outs. Sachs is 0 for 2. Madlock on at third. 2 men down. Check the strat. 9, nothing happening. Scott will pitch. 1-2, strikeout, 12 is high. Sachs gets the swing. 5-5 against a righty. Base hit past second. This game is tied. Steve Sachs finally breaks through Mike Scott. A 5-5 against a righty, and Madlock will come in to score. We're tied at 1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Astros fans groan. Tribe fan joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. 2 outs, now tied at 1. Sachs gets a big hit. And now Mike Scott is tired. And the leadoff batter is Bob Welch. And the Dodgers are going to go to the bench as Bob Welch is coming out. So that will be it for Welch. He will leave with a note. He will leave possibly with a no decision. Has to be the batter with the most at-bats, and it will be Enos Cabell. Late trade from the Astros late in the year. So here's Enos Cabell. He'll pinch hit against Mike Scott with 2 outs. Sachs on at first, 2 men down. Checking the strat, 9. No play. Scott is going to pitch to him. He's going to pitch to him. That's a 6-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Cabell gets the swing, 5-5. He grounds out to second base. Inning over. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error and a fielder's choice. After 7, we're tied at 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Phil Garner leads off for the Astros. They have right switch coming up. Dodgers will go to the bullpen, probably bring out a right-hander. I think that's pretty much what they'll do here. Go with a righty. And they're going to go with Ken Howell. 4 wins, 7 losses, 12 saves. 3.77 ERA. Ken Howell will pitch to Phil Garner here, top of the 8th, tied at 1. Howell will pitch. 5-6 against a righty. Strikeout plus. Got him. Struck him out. He gets Garner. That's out number 1. Mike Scott coming out of the game. Of course, that's the reason why they left him in there. He was due to bat second. Has to be most at bats, and it will be Glenn Davis coming in to pinch hit. So Scott's going to have another no decision, it looks like, unless the Astros get a run here in the top of the 8th inning. Howell will pitch to Davis. 5-3 against a righty. Strikeout plus. Yep, got him on the 15. Struck him out. 2 down there. And now here's Bill Doran. Doran is 0 for 3. 2 outs. 3-1. Question mark. Doran, switch hitter. He's batting from the left side. A 1-11 is an automatic out. That's a 5, and Howell does the job. That is a star 6 and a fly out to left. 1-2-3 inning for Howell. We go to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 1. Dodgers have switch right-left coming up. And they're going to bring, and the Astros, I think, are going to bring out a right-hander. And they're going to go with Bill Dawley. 5 wins, 3 losses, 2 saves, 3.56 ERA. Bill Dawley will pitch to Mariano Duncan here in the bottom of the 8th, tied at 1. Duncan is 0 for 3. Dolly, 3-6. Walk plus 18. No, he does not walk him. 17 minus 2 is 15. Duncan does swing. 2-1. Star 4. He chops it to second. Wow, he almost gave up a leadoff walk, but Dodger Stadium helped him out. Out number 1. Here's Mike Marshall. Very dangerous. He's 0 for 3, though. Dolly will pitch. 2-3. That's a blank. Marshall swings. 1-1. Against a righty, he chops it to first. Out number 2. 2 outs. And that will bring up Landro. Landro is 0 for 3. Dolly. 3-5. That's a blank. Landro swings. 3-5. Fly out to left field. And that's easily caught by Bass. Inning over. 1-2-3 inning for Dolly. We're here after 8. We're tied at 1. Will we see some top of the 9th inning magic? Craig Reynolds is leading off for the Astros. They got left. Howell's going to come out of the game. The Dodgers will bring in a lefty to pitch. They're going to go with Carlos Diaz. 6-3, no saves. 2.61 ERA. Diaz will pitch to Craig Reynolds. Top of the 9th inning, tied at 1 in a very important game here. Game number 2 of this NLDS. Astros lead the series 1-0. Diaz with the pitch. 5-5. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium 1-4. Base hit center field. Reynolds is on base. Leadoff single for Craig Reynolds. The batter now is Denny Walling. Walling is 1 for 3. Infield halfway. I am rolling strike. That's a 9. No play. Diaz will pitch to Walling. 2-4. Strikeout. 14 is high. Barely. He's got a 12 against lefties, but +1 is only 13. Walling gets the swing. 4-5. That's a base hit past second base. It's a single for Walling. Reynolds' base running rating is a 4. He will make third. And the Astros have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. And the batter now is Jose Cruz. Dodgers will call the infield in. Runners at first and third. Cruz, the batter now. He's 1 for 3. He got a double in the first inning. Dodgers fans hoping Diaz can get out of this jam. Top of the 9th, tied at 1. I will roll the strat. And that is an 11. Nothing happening. Diaz will pitch to Cruz. 1-3 against the lefty. It's an automatic out. Question is, what kind of out is it? It's a star 6. It's a fly ball to center field. That is not what you wanted if you were Diaz, because a grounder would have probably prevented a run. It's a fly out to center. Cruz's sacrifice fly rating is a 1. Does he bring in Reynolds on his own? Yes, he does. Sacrifice fly. Reynolds will score. 2-1 Astros. Sacrifice fly. It was hit deep to center field. They had no chance to get Reynolds. 2-1 Astros. Walling, of course, holds it first. Wow! Jose Cruz gets a star 6, and a sacrifice fly brings in the run. What a way to get a run in. Here's Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey 0 for 3. Cody Travis joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. 1 out. Astros got Dave Smith now getting ready in the bullpen. Diaz will pitch to Mumphrey. I am checking strat. 20. Diaz throws to first. No. Walling gets back. Still 1 out. Infield halfway. Diaz 1-3 against a righty. It's a blank. Mumphrey will swing 5-4. He grounds it to second base. 2-1. 2. Shortstop Duncan -1. Only on a double play will be a 1. Nope. Denny Walling will be thrown out at second. Mumphrey makes it to first. Out number 2. Fielder's choice. The batter now is Kevin Bass. 2 outs now. Mumphrey on at first. And that's going to be it for Diaz. They will take him out. The Dodgers will go to the bullpen. They'll bring in a right-hander against Bass. They want to save one right-hander here. The Dodgers are going to take a chance. They're going to bring out Robert Castillo just to probably pitch against Bass. Robert Castillo, 2-2, a 5.43 ERA, but Kevin Bass does not do as well against righties as he does against lefties. Bass will swing. He's 1 for 3. So 2 outs. Robert Castillo coming in to pitch to Bass. I am rolling the strat. That's a 13, nothing happening. Castillo will pitch. 4-6 against a lefty. That's an automatic out. How big that is against the left, because Bass switching from the left side, automatic out. Castillo does the job. It's a ground out to third, and the inning is over. 1 run on 2 hits, a sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 Astros. Will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic now? As I know, Steeler fan, I'm sure he did not want me to say that. Coming in to pitch for the Astros will be Dave Smith. He already has a save in the postseason. 9.5, 2.27 ERA, 27 saves. Dave Smith. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Pedro Guerrero. He's got to face Guerrero, Brock, and Madlock. Guerrero is 1 for 3. Bottom of the 9th, 2-1 Astros. Smith will pitch. 1-5. That's a blank. He's not tired. Guerrero will swing. 1-5. Fly ball, right field, out number 1. 1 down. And now the batter is Greg Brock. And he will swing. The Dodger bench is not really that good. Brock will swing. Brock is 0 for 3. Smith with the pitch. 2-1. It's a blank. Brock. 4-5. Ground ball. Second base. Doran's got it. Throws to first. Out number 2. The Astros are 1 out away from taking a 2-0 series lead, and both of them here in L.A. And now the last chance is Bill Madlock. Madlock is 1 for 2, reached on an error. Dave Smith, 1 out away. The Astros from taking a 2-0 series lead. Dodger fans hoping for something. Smith will pitch. 5-3. Strikeout. 18 is high. Madlock gets the swing. 6-3. It's a fly ball to center field. Getting under it is Cruz. Takes 2 steps to his back. Puts out his glove. Blop. That's the game. Astros win it here in Dodger Stadium 2-1. And the Astros take a 2-0 series lead over the number 1 overall seed in the postseason. How about the Astros? A 3-up and 3-down inning. Final line score coming up. Third save. For the Astros, 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. For the Dodgers, 1 run on 3 hits and no error. Mike Scott did not get the win, got a no decision. The win goes to Bill Dawley. He gets the win, goes to 1-0. Carlos Diaz for the Dodgers takes the loss. He goes to 0-1. And Dave Smith picks up his 3rd save of the postseason. The Astros have a 2-0 series lead. They have 2 games to win 1 in the Astrodome to advance to the National League Championship Series. How about the Astros doing it with pitching on the Dodgers? As they get past Hershiser and Welch, and the next pitchers for the Astros, though, it will be Bob Nepper for the Stros and Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers in Game 3 of this series. How about it? Don't miss tonight, Game 2 of the American League Division Series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. The Yankees lead that series 1-0 at Yankees Stadium. Steeler fan, forever remain 90, Cody Travis, Philip Reynolds, Jack Dawson. Thank you all for joining me tonight for today's game. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And we'll see you guys later tonight. Astros beat the Dodgers 2-1. They now lead this National League Division Series 2-0. We will see you guys later. Take care.